The street will soon shut down to make way for a daycare. It's part of a larger revitalization plan for the neighborhood there.
But one resident says that street closure is right in front of his home, and that leaves him with nowhere to park.
WCPO 9 I-Team reporter Paula Christian went to go hear his concerns.
I've been reporting on this neighborhood for nearly a year now. Now the city and 3CDC plan to invest close to $100 million to revitalize it. But for some residents, change can be very hard.
Peter Howe spent 10 years restoring this 1870s home on a tiny section of Republic Street where he parks his pickup truck out front. But not for much longer.
They can come in one day and just take your street away. Like, people need to know about that.
The city plans to close his street and eliminate parking. It will become the entrance to a daycare as part of the new Over-the-Rhine Recreation Center.
Personally, I don't want my street to turn into a sidewalk or a pedestrian entry for a daycare. I don't know anybody that would want that.
Howe is one of a handful of residents who oppose the plan, which is backed by the city and nonprofit developer 3CDC.
I think with any project like this, we're trying to balance the needs of the entire community as well as property owners that may be impacted by the development.
Joe Rudmiller with 3CDC says this revitalization has been 5 years in the making.
The rec center is going to be an impressive space. It's going to have a lot of community rooms. There's going to be a dedicated roller rink.
The rec center will have a gymnasium, track, and indoor pool. Later phases of the project include revitalizing Grant Park and moving Crossroads Health Center from Liberty Street to an expanded location a few blocks north, an area that's been plagued with crime.
Do you think the new development will help any of this?
We hope so. I mean, it's something that's certainly a focus of ours.
The Over-the-Rhine Community Council overwhelmingly approved these plans at its November meeting. But President Kevin Hassey says there are still lingering questions.
There's still a lot to work through, and I know there are a lot of concerns.
One of those concerns is parking. Hassey said he didn't know about Howe's parking situation, so I asked Rudmiller.
We had a lot of discussions with him about how we can try to accommodate his needs within the broader needs of the community as well.
He says the street is too tight for cars to get in and out, so the city came up with a compromise to give Howe temporary parking near his home for short periods to bring groceries inside. Rudmiller says there is longer-term parking nearby. But Howe disagrees.
So that street's already always full. It's like you have to go in blocks over and over until you're lucky enough to find a spot.
Howe has emailed City Council and says he'll do whatever it takes to save his parking. In Over-the-Rhine, Paula Christian, WCPO 9 I-Team.